Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, the numbers have come in for the next day for Spider-Man No Way Home, and holy... So, it now looks like it's the second best opening of all time. Not pandemic excuses, not woke marketing, none of that. Just second best opening of all time because, yes, a bit of nostalgia for the movie with the characters that are coming back. But the movie was awesome. I loved it and it did it well. Let's take a look at these numbers and let's take a look back at some of the excuses we heard for all the other Marvel movies that came out and look at how this new Spider-Man No Way Home stacks up to movies like Shang-Chi, which came out in the pandemic, Black Widow, Eternals. Alright, let's take a look. So on Deadline, Spider-Man No Way Home scores second best opening day of all time with $121 million. 3-day now between $242 to $247 million plus. That's Saturday update. Now, their 3-day total, which is going to include the Thursday, but so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, could be up to nearly $250 million. When was the last time we saw something like a $250 million opening weekend? Avengers Infinity War had 257.69. So that's the last time we saw around a $250 million opening. Avengers Infinity War 2018. Pre-pandemic, pre all this nonsense, it's way up there. Now, let's take a look at what they said in this. No Way Home charted the second best opening day in the history of the domestic box office with $121.5 million, including $50 million from previews after Avengers Endgame and ahead of Star Wars Force Awakens. With Force Awakens, that was a massive build-up because the amount of time between the prequels and the sequels was so long that there was a lot of hype built up. Disney bought Star Wars, everyone thought, oh, they're going to do something amazing with it. And yeah, that did not happen. But the hype for Star Wars was there, and that's why it went so high. And then you got Avengers, which was the culmination of basically the whole MCU from the lead up to Iron Man's 2008. And that was the final piece in the puzzle really for the MCU, which everyone had to see, and that's why that was so huge. Now 121.5, I don't think anything's in a top Endgame, maybe at least something not huge for a long time, but that is pretty awesome to hit 121.5, middle of my pandemic, all this nonsense, all these excuses. No, people want to go out and watch a movie that is entertaining, fun and enjoyable, and uses characters, yes, even was for nostalgia, uses the characters for a set goal which was written into the story that you can follow and enjoy while you're watching it. None of this marketing, which we also saw with stuff like Black Widow and Shang-Chi, which is, oh, we've got the first Asian lead in the MCU, everyone go see it. Also, what was the issue? Well, we'll have a look. China has not had a release for this movie, Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, that definitely will hurt it because China pulled in $359 million for Infinity War. Now, if you're taking away about, just call it 300 for this Spider-Man movie, it is definitely going to hurt it somewhat, but look at it right now on its 2-day total. 165.1 worldwide, and that's not even all the worldwide numbers because Australia still isn't counted. Now, Australia, while it's not huge, base it on the same here with Infinity War, that's another 46.8 million. That's another, call it $40 million. So that pushes it over 200. And then you want to talk about another movie that didn't get a China release, boohoo, Shang-Chi, because you kind of annoyed the CCP with your rhetoric, and that's your fault, not anyone else's, your fault, Disney and Shang-Chi. So, Shang-Chi, no China release, $150 million budget, 75.3 opening. What did we hear? Oh, this is the best opening for a Labor Day weekend. It's doing amazing. It's pandemic numbers. This is the best thing we've ever seen in this new era. Well. Hang on. Don't you think that these numbers are quite a lot better? 165, and that's just Thursday, Friday. This movie is destroying nearly all three that came out. You got Black Widow. Look, Black Widow also had a Disney Plus release, so that took away from its box office. So 80 million is actually fairly decent. We'll count Shang-Chi and Eternals. So you got about 146 in its opening weekend for those two, have exclusive theatrical releases. 146, 47. 165 million here. It's already beaten those two on the opening weekend. And by the end of the opening weekend, if we get Saturday and numbers and then Sunday numbers by maybe Tuesday, well, this, as we said, could be up to 247.5 plus. So this could be 250 when it's all said and done opening weekend. Call it 233 million it would need to make to beat all of these on opening weekend combined. And if it beats 233, it's definitely going to beat them all. Based on these numbers, it looks like it is going to outpace Black Widow, Shang-Chi, and Eternals, all three pandemic movies, which you can pull out they pulled out all the excuses for. People don't want to go to the cinemas. People are too scared. middle of pandemic. No. Spider-Man, great movie, great cast, great story, well executed, enjoyable. People will go out and see it. And this is going to beat, potentially, all 3 movies for opening weekend combined. Break your narrative, Disney. So we have to thank Sony. Yeah, tiny bit of Marvel because it's in the MCU, but thanks Sony for making this movie and pulling it off with all these characters. And without a China release, to be able to beat previous Marvel movies, pandemic era movies, combined without a China release. Unbelievable. And I cannot wait to see what is going to happen with the next couple of days of numbers, which could push it up to maybe $250 million opening. Insane. Narrative breaking movie, which everyone, well, most people have enjoyed. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this video out there, and I'll see you in the next one.